basically, when I was 8, I went to a drama school and I auditioned for a short film. I was cast as the main character, and the film went on to be premiered at the Berlin Film Festival 2007. And seeing myself on the big screen was just incredible. And even though it was nerve-wracking, it inspired me to continue. And also because a lot of my friends and family call me drama queen, melodramatic. I think that's what actors generally do. We overreact a lot, or we present different people in maybe a more of a, I don't know, an over-the-top way. It depends. But yeah, that's what inspired me to continue. Difficulties, well, getting into the industry as a start. I'm not even there yet. It will take a while, I think, but it just takes hard work. The main difficulties have been nerves. Trying not to get too nervous in front of the camera, at auditions even. So even before filming, getting nervous and trying not to shake, letting your adrenaline take over you. Yeah, so I am very open about my mental health. I was diagnosed with BPD, which stands for borderline personality disorder. And it gets a bad name, but I can assure you it's not as bad as it sounds, even though it is painful. It's basically an emotional disorder, personality disorder. And the most difficult time for me personally was experiencing suicidal ideation 2 years ago after a difficult time, which had been ensuing for quite a while. And that set me back. I had to go into hospital for 2 weeks. It wasn't nice. There were various moments, and each one got bigger and bigger and was more and more difficult to manage. But the most, let's say, the thing that triggered me to say, that's it, I don't want to do this anymore, was, well, I had lots of difficulties at school. There was a teacher who would insult us, me and my friend, which sounds silly, doesn't it? It sounds trivial, but I had other issues at home, and I had other problems with my own mental health, and all of it as an accumulation of stress and family members that I cared about and had difficulties themselves. I was worried. I was in Italy as well, and some of my family's here, so it just became too much. There's only so much a human being can take on. Well, I'm still developing different coping mechanisms, but the most useful ones personally, I found, have been getting lots of rest, exercise, lots of exercise, because that takes your mind off things, and it helps you. If you go for a run in the morning or a jog, it boosts your energy levels, your mental health as well. Depression, fresh air helps with that as well. Finding a hobby, a different one. So I've always liked learning languages, so I'm very open about that. But I try to experiment with my languages and find different ways of learning them, and that distracts my mind from the stress and the thoughts and the worries. And also people you love and people who love you are very, very important, which sounds corny and cringy, but they are very important. And that's why it's important to find and to know that you are surrounded by people you love in order to not depend on them, but to rely on them whenever you need the help. Falling in love for the first time when I was 17 was extraordinary for me. Not only because it was the first time, but also because with BPD, you feel things a lot more than average. So it was overwhelming, but it was a beautiful feeling, which cost me a lot in the long run. And it was the first and so far the last time I've ever fallen in love with anyone. But it didn't actually conclude in a relationship. It ended up in a huge breakdown of friendship. And that's all I'm going to say. But it was painful, but it helped me understand the difference between friendship and love, and the importance of not getting the two mixed up, which is very common at that age. That in order to get by in life, it's very important to know what you want and to know exactly how you're going to get there, and to understand that there will be obstacles coming your way, and never to compare your hardships with others and vice versa. It's very important to understand where you are and who you are, because comparing yourself to others doesn't help. It only makes things worse for you. And you have to understand, people have to understand that life is difficult. It's beautiful, life is beautiful, it's a journey. I consider it kind of like an ice cream parlor. You have so many different flavors you can try, and there's no point giving it all up just because of one hardship, no matter how hard it is. That's difficult. I know it's difficult and it's subjective, it's personal, but you have to understand that that is life, and there will be lovely moments, there'll be difficult moments. You just have to understand how to take them, and to know that you are loved, and there will be better moments coming for you. Just wait, be patient, and find a way. And what way is that? Well, it's up to you. It's different for everyone. Make sure you have people who love you, and surround yourself with people who love you. And they're not necessarily family members. Family for me is not just the people you're related to, but also people who understand you. Yeah. Don't feel confined to family just because of blood ties. That's my advice so far, but it might improve in the next 10 years.